And if I were somebody, I would find a way to have both Boza boys on my defensive line.
Right.
And then I don't, spend $85 on the linebackers.
Yeah.
Maybe $150 for.
Hey, we'll buy you an ice cream after every game.
All you got to do is you get those two on the front line with someone average. You have 3 average linebackers. I would like 2 good cornerbacks and 1 good safety. After that, you can just fill in pop. I mean, is there clip art for football?
Just won't matter. Clip art.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
All right.
Let us scrunch into the mailbag.
We have a mailbag?
Yeah.
Wow.
And let me start the confessional again.
Oh, geez. What did you do now, Omar?
Well, remember when I fixed the repeated ones, the shows that were repeated?
Over and over.
Yeah, I fixed those.
Yeah.
So the next week we had no shows. Don't know how. Honest to God, I thought I put them up. Couldn't find them anywhere.
Do you notice I'm not mocking?
Because you know me?
Dude, if I have to come downstairs to the studio to do this,
Yeah.
it's 50-50. I'll remember why I'm down here.
Especially
shut
with
up. Listen, Lucille,
Yeah, don't they get lonely when you're not coming downstairs?
No, they're all actually kind of relieved.
No,
when I come down, you can see them just go, oh, crap.
Oh, for Pete's sake, he's back. So anyway, yeah, you'll hear all about that in a minute. But the first thing I got to tell you is that, we were just talking a lot of football and things that most people can't do, right?
Yeah.
Play in the NFL or WNBA. Right. But, some folks can wiggle their ears.
By the way,
can't. What?
I said all you needed to make your defense great was to have both Boza boys on your defensive line.
Yeah.
Would have been the equivalent of having both of the Watts kids together.
Oh, yeah.
But you get both Boza boys and you can pretty much spendthrift on the rest of your defense, as long as they stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
In the WNBA, all you really need, you need Asia Wilson. I would take Fee Collier from the Lynx.
Oh.
Because the more I watch her, the more I don't understand. She's undersized and does things that are amazing.
And apparently they're making quite the run.
They are. They are like 13-1 since the
break.
Is that right? 13-1 since the Olympic break.
Okay. Wow.
And being as I'm building a team that will never happen,
yeah,
I want Caitlin Clark as my guard.
There you go.
Because I'm racist and privileged. And she is the best. She is without a doubt the best passing, shooting,
running up and down.
And she's technically their number 1 because
and
Mitchell,
bounce.
who is their number 2, is on fire. Of course, now there's 3 of them. You got Mitchell, CC, and AB, Leah Boston.
She's so cute.
She's the big one in the middle. You got the small guard, you got the shooting guard, and the rest of the players know their roles and do them well. Anyway, you get those 3, and you can start a team in the WNBA.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I can't think of guys that I would do that with in the NBA.
Yeah.
That if I had them, I knew that I would dominate.
Yeah.
In baseball, I could pick that team, but it wouldn't include any White Sox.
Not this year.
Ever.
Oh, my goodness. So you realize
not since the World Series team, dude.
Some people can wiggle their ears while others can't. I can't. I can move my scalp, but I can't really wiggle my ears.
I can't wiggle my ears.
Some can wiggle their noses.
Can you wiggle your nose? Like Samantha?
And some people can do that.
Yeah.
Not everybody can lick their elbow. But, most don't do it in public, which is where I tried it for the first time.
Of course you did. Really, why wouldn't you?
Here's one.
No, hang on. Why would you in the first place? At what point does someone wake up, sit up, bolt upright in bed going,
I know.
I bet I can lick my elbow. Here.
Did you know there's a part of the human population that can voluntarily control the tensor tympani, a muscle within your ear?
Yeah.
Contracting its muscles produces vibration and sound. It's usually described as a rumbling sound. So there's part of the population who can rumble their ears, their own ears, not somebody else's. A lovely gal at high school once rumbled one of my eardrums. Woo!
Those were the days.
Weren't they?
They were.
So it can be useful when someone's saying something you don't want to hear, I suppose. You don't have to do the whole la, 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 la.
Oh, I don't have to do that anyway. Even if I hear them and I look at them and go, what? They buy it. I can.
Anyway.
Now my granddaughters have the perfect response. What? Huh?
There's a Reddit subforum just for ear rumblers. 60,000 people. You want to know how they do it?
I can barely control like bladder movements and things.
You just wait till we get to the stories today.
Oh, jeez.
I just squeezed the muscle in my ears, I guess, says Melvin the fish.
Can you do one eyebrow?
Not really.
No, me either.
When I flex, I hold whatever I'm manipulating to that. I get my rumble, says Twizzle.
What?
When I flex and hold whatever I'm manipulating to do that, I get my rumble.
I can't flex regular muscles.
I get a mild rumble just doing the usual flex, but it can make it a bit louder by bringing my top lip up to my nose.
I can't do that either without help.
Yeah, right?
That would look like something for the cantina in Star Wars.
Steel LT
and
says,
yes, Han shot first.
The best way I can describe it is I squint my ears. Ear squinting. There's an oddity in the wild kingdom.
You realize at some point that's going to be a question on Jeopardy, right?
Can you squint your ears? What
is ear squinting for 20, Art? Wow, that dates me.
Yeah, really, it does.
That's the original way back when.
Yeah, you're old.
Okay, did we talk about the small town Georgia mayor who got in trouble? Because he illegally left a bottle of gin in a ditch for a state prison work crew?
No, we didn't, but this sounds intriguing. Almost makes me want to be on the work crew. What kind of gin?
Almost.
Is it good gin?
I have no idea. Seagram's. Well, it was a middle.
Yeah.
The Thompson mayor is Benji Carey Cranford, was indicted and arrested by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation agents. For all of us who watched Trent Jones, we knew that. Okay. The Reacher movies with Tom Cruise are fun movies to watch.
They are, but
Tom Cruise is not how Reacher is described in any of the books.
No.
You watch the series, that's closer.
Yeah.
That's probably it.
Yeah. The guy's a mountain.
Likewise, the guy that works for the GBI in the novels that Trent is the star of is tall and gangly.
Oh.
And not very attractive. Not overly handsome, I think, is somehow something like that.
Okay.
And here they've got a short guy. They've still got him somewhere on the scale, which helps.
Yep.
Anyway, why did they do that? I don't know. Anyway, Thompson, Georgia Mayor Benji Carey Cranford, indicted by the GBI, faces felony charges of furnishing prohibited items to inmates and attempt to commit a felony. Probably because he was furnishing prohibited items to inmates. The indictment says the 52-year-old drove to a store, bought a bottle of Seagram's extra dry gin. Oh, extra dry gin. And you've got to be in prison to drink that straight.
Now, there's good gin that you can drink neat, but
no,
you're paying $40 a bottle for it.
Yeah. $20 a shot.
Well, Drew gave me some that was terrific. It was wonderful.
Was it really gin?
Yeah.
He didn't make it at home or something?
Well,
he had a lot of time during COVID. He could have done that.
He hasn't had a bath in a while.
Uh-oh. That's very clever. That was good.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You'll have to Google that.
Yeah.
Bathtub gin. Just try it. Anyway, he bought the bottle of Seagram's extra dry, left in a ditch. along Georgia 150, right in the path of a work crew of state prisoners from Jefferson County Correctional.
Okay.
The Thompson police asked the GBI to investigate the claim, and they arrested the mayor at City Hall because, to be honest, it's a way better photo op. Right after a city council meeting, which is a really good photo op.
Everybody's there.
And, of course, let him away in handcuffs, which, if you're going to have the photo op, might as well milk it. According to WRDW, Cranford didn't answer any questions from reporters and was released on a $5,000 bond. Seems...
Why?
What if he was just drunk and lost it?
It just fell out of his back pocket.
Yeah. Well, it was a little big for that, but okay.
Maybe he's a fat man.
Careful. Getting dangerously close to home there.
Hey, they've caught another criminal.
Thank God.
The guy who cut off 37, count them, 37 man buns in one day.
You're not talking having their ass handed to them, are you?
No.
Different buns, okay.
He cut off their man buns. Drew, I want you to be really careful if they let this guy back out.
Oh, no, tell me no.
I think he looks fine.
Okay.
When asked why, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Ready.
Good. Good. He said he was doing the Lord's work.
I can't argue with that one.
This is now a matter of canon.
I believe it's true.
Kind of hilarious.
Well, it's kind of the opposite of the tonsure, remember? And it's
sure
bald in the middle.
Yep.
Hair all around.
Yep.
There's no way to describe that as entertaining.
Says you.
True.
I'm most of the way there anyway.
Shine that top up,
baby.
The only trouble I had was that it was all the way around, so they had to keep like this part of their hair, and it's like, yep. I don't know. I'm thinking a tonsure with a widow's peak would look weird.
Yes, it would.
Just thinking.
You are correct.
Do we have letters? Do we have questions? Comments?
So you remember,
or Snarks?
You may remember that what I did
was you put up the same show several times.
I put up the same show several times, and then I found the ones that we had recorded.
Yeah.
And I put those up on that Friday. Both of them. Okay.
We call it Gluttonous Friday.
And
because Fat Tuesday was already taken and we just didn't want to oppose.
And Dumbasses this week seemed a little too broad. Apropos of This Is True Really News, episode 893 from Decomesify. My son Drew, no relation.
He of man bun fame.
Hey, what's this? Bring back the repeats. It's my son.
Well, something.
He does know me so well.
I mean, it's something.
It is.
Something is generally better than nothing.
Nothing. And we've do that.
Nothing leaves
nothing. Also, apropos of This Is True Really News, episode 893.
I'm just amazed someone noticed it.
From Patrick Reed, our man in Liverpool.
Lottie.
He's educating you.
Well, thank you, Mom.
Because remember we were talking about the Irish Sea?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Then he says, Tony, Belfast is on the Irish Sea, which leads to the Atlantic.
Okay.
The North Sea is on the eastern side of UK, leading to Scandinavia. You are welcome. And yes, shot collars in an odd place.
Wow, even the zebra looks dumbfounded. Of course, as always.
I've been found dumb.
Only when I'm awake or sleeping.
Apropos of This Is True Really News Mailbag, episode 147, where I suggested we should sensually wriggle into the mailbag.
Hang on. Okay. Nope. All right.
Old fat man. Oh. Old fat man still shuddering.
Me too, dude.
Hard no on the central wriggling. Hard no. So the alleged culprit has been revealed. Under the bus, Tony has been thrown. What giveth indeed too funny? You are right. I like throwing Tony under the bus.
And I'm always right.
I think I told everybody to send letters to you with regard to the screw-ups. This is True Really News.
You could, but I don't read them.
Yeah, right?
I have people for that.
Really?
Even my wife doesn't quite get it. What are you doing? Mostly wasting time with Scott. Okay.
Apropos of This is True Really News, episode 895.
Hang on. No. Perfect.
That looks good.
Thank you.
All right, as good as it's going to look. Apropos of This is True Really News, episode 895 from Decomesify. My son Drew, no relation.
Wow, Drew is bored this week.
And now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Then he answers his own email, replies to it, and says, I hope.
We all do. Drew, when you get older, see, there are certain things that stymie you.
My brain
like
must have really
walking from one room to another, forgetting why you went to the other room. And then having to walk back in the other room and try and figure out what you were thinking of when you left for the other room.
And then they say, retrace your steps.
Yep.
Where? Because I forgot where
far?
I came from. Yeah. Oh. Until you find the answer.
I have gone through one scene. Of like The Big Bang Theory so often, trying to figure out what was I leaving for. Come on, give me a clue, guys.
You had to replay. Oh, that's good. Apropos, this is True Really News.
It's not.
Episode 895.
Thank God it was during the day.
From Old Fat Man. Love the show, guys. Thank you so much. I didn't know leaving a copy of Homer's Odyssey would stop a thief in his tracks and end truancy. Now that's genius, right?
Who knew?
Right? Yeah. They ought to leave it in Greek because it's so much better in the original language.
I've only read Omar's Odyssey.
Oh, just the tent maker?
It's a lot different. Involves a lot of fat people in tents.
Apropos of This is True Really News, episode 896. From Old Fat Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not a medicologist. See, he's part of the club. I mean, he just gets it.
You're not a medicinist?
No. He's not a medicalologist either. But I think
ever played any of those on television?
I could tell the difference between a liver and a spleen. If you're going back to the liver equals big.
Anyone who's ever played Operation would have a clue.
And dark red.
Operation. You'd have a clue.
Spleen is not freaking a 1/3 of the right side of the abdomen and looks like a bright red child's fist. It's not even the correct side of the abdomen. Wait, hey.
Well said.
Spleens don't travel.
Although I found some of my parts are in the wrong spots that confuse the doctors at the U. What took so long? Well,
somebody's in trouble. And it's not me. That's a great one. So from this point forward,
yeah,
we're going to try to make sure that
episodes actually get put where they belong.
Yeah.
Stellar. I think that's probably going to be the motto of every podcast. Except every other podcast looks at the partner going, I suppose they did that. I don't know. Could have been an accident. No. Somehow I'm thinking it had to be either divine intervention
or
they're idiots.
Yeah. Oh.
See, now that's a hard choice.